Hey guys, and welcome to Wild Plum Farms. So yesterday I went over to my parents and my dad gave me a hand making a bracket for the sickle mower. So we actually have that on the tractor and working tonight. Yeah, it's making really quick work of this. I mean, I've been out here maybe an hour or so, and I got a big section down here cut. As you can see, it goes up the hill. Yeah, there's some striping in it. There's a couple of parts I'm gonna have to replace probably next year. One of which, as you can see out here, is the swath board, and that entire end, that end piece out there will end up having to get replaced. There's a ledger plate in it that someone along the line between 60 and mid 60s to now, someone welded the ledger plate in place. So that whole end piece is just gonna end up getting replaced. Gonna work on getting some rock guards. There's a loose rock guard on there right now that I'm gonna replace. Some bolts. The inside wear foot right there is kind of bent. I finally got that to the point where it's not gonna plug up on me. It does a whole lot better now. So I'm guessing that the rock guards are just a little wore out. But so for anyone who's curious, obviously I've shown you that I have a John Deere 4400, little compact tractor. I've done a decent amount of work to it to make it my farm tractor. But the biggest thing is to get this thing to work is this piece of hardware right here, this bracket. We just welded it up. I got to do some grinding and painting on it. My dad helped me weld that up. Actually, he did all the welding. I did all the cutting. So I really appreciate having my dad around still, and I absolutely love my family because they help me out so much. And yeah, starting to farm. So this is the progress I made. I mean, it cuts. This thing, I have it in mid-range third gear, and at full PTO RPM, this thing will cut. Tried it out last night. We had to do some adjustments. I made some serious adjustments to this thing. Had to do some serious greasing to it as well. There are a couple of, like, these bars here have to slide when you hook up. And if they don't slide, they make this horrendous popping sound. Yeah, there's just, and I'll show you what I got to replace. And obviously there's all the normal wear points. So there's this wear foot out here. This one's bent, which is whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. But these have to be replaced because I'm not entirely sure exactly where they're supposed to be. This works great for when I'm out in the field. I'll show you. They actually push the grass over almost 3 rock guards and 3 teeth on the sickle bar. It pushes it over that much. It's quite, this makes a huge difference on how it cuts. Also having good sickle teeth are. But here, I'll show you what I mean by this whole end's gonna have to get replaced here. So obviously this is not how this is supposed to be. This works great for now, but it does not leave a wide enough path for my inside wear foot to run in. So it gets plugged up quite a bit on that end. So I have this adjusted right now so it won't plug. But this whole end piece, this big piece of steel here, stamped steel, is going to get replaced. There's a ledger plate in here that I'll show you guys here. This ledger plate right here that this tooth rides on is actually supposed to be replaceable. And someone has welded the piece in there. Also, when I bought the mower, I knew that this foot was damaged, but I didn't know how bad. But someone hit this with a rock or something, and it hit it up in here. This is supposed to be a 1/4 inch piece of steel all the way along here, and it is currently less than, I would say, about half. So it's about an 1/8 inch. That's going to get replaced. So I've kind of priced out what it's going to take to get the wear pieces replaced on this mower. I mean, it's not horrible. It's $500. Now you're talking what it costs to buy this, which we paid $750 for from a gentleman in Iowa. We really appreciate it, by the way, for selling to us. So yeah, we bought this. It was in actually pretty good shape. He greased everything, and we just got it to work on our tractor. And yeah, this thing, I'll tell you what, it by the way, if you ever buy a 450 or a 451 New Holland sickle bar mower, I think it's the 450s are the only ones that come with the PTO shaft and the guard on here. If this guard is bent, be prepared to shake, rattle, and roll a little bit, because at, I want to say about 300 RPM on the PTO, this thing really, and anything lower, this thing just shakes. It's bad. I will say that. It is really bad. But yeah, other than that, this thing is, it's really, this is a blast to cut with. I will outright say that. This is this is more fun than the finish mower. It takes a little bit of skill to, I will say, it takes a little bit of skill to run a sickle mower. Back in the day when, sickle mowers got hooked up to Ford tractors that had a non-live PTO, I give those kids, and I say kids because 90% of the time it was the kids running the tractor and the old man was off doing something else on the farm. By the time the kids were old enough or tall enough to reach the clutch, they were driving. And I will say that it takes some talent. Even on a more modern tractor, it takes some talent to run even this one. I mean, this one's nice because when you pick it up, right now it's in its floating position. So my feet aren't even on the ground. So you can see my hand is underneath here. And it's not going to come down anymore. There's actually, if you look right here, you can see it. The bars here are resting on this plate, and that helps this thing float because of the way this is set up. This is mounted to the tractor. This is a stiff mount to the tractor. So when you lower it, it actually the sickle mower comes down and sits on those arms because they're fixed in place in relation to the tractor. And this third member is what helps you adjust, that helps you adjust your cutting angle, how it sits and how it picks up. But I will say this thing's a blast to run. I wish I had more of a mount, and maybe I can attempt for just a few minutes to show what this looks like cutting. I've actually cut down most of the tall grass in here. Sorry guys. I was having fun, and I was like, I got to pick up the camera and show you guys this, because to me, this is awesome. I absolutely love, I love this. I do. Honestly, I really enjoy farming. So yeah, let me jump up on here, and I'll try to give you guys a little bit of a to show you what this looks like from my perspective. It might get a little loud, and also I'm gonna see if I can turn the camera around for you and just show you. Well, maybe I can do it like this. I'm just gonna cut that little section over there. I'll just run a path through it. So yeah, I might just get a little loud. So like I said, this thing picks up just strictly off the PTO. So that's up, and it picks it up, and it floats. And that's due to a cable back here that as you pick up, there's those arms that they were resting on. As they come down, it picks up on the cable, and I'll actually pop that end of that up so it floats off the ground. So yeah. we go. So yeah, there we go. Might actually have, I'm gonna go join Crystal for dinner here for a little bit. I know it's late, but it's kind of nice to get some food Sunday afternoon, so we were kind of lazy today. But yeah, as you can see, it plugs up a little bit when you pick up a little bit of loose hay. Nothing, a little bit of, bounce on the end of it won't take care of, or backing up a little bit. It works out really well for what we need. But yeah, I'm gonna head in for a little bit. I'm gonna let Crystal come out and videotape for a little while. It'll be kind of cool to see how this thing works out for us, because I mean, really, that did a great job out there on the pasture. I'm super happy, and honestly, we're super blessed to where we live. You know what? I don't oftentimes talk about, maybe I don't do it enough, but I don't talk about how blessed we are, how much God has helped in our time here. Even us just finding this place was a blessing. And I'll tell you what, this has been already quite an adventure. Just showing you guys how things go on our farm. And honestly, God has been so good to us. And I hope I can convey that to you guys, the fact that God is good, and that he's been the center of our lives since Crystal and I have been together, and he's been the center of Crystal's life for a long time. And when I found Jesus, he was the center of my life for a long time. Feels like a long time. I know he was there my whole life, but he most definitely had a big part in how I turned out and who I am today. But yeah, I'm gonna head in for a little bit. Gonna get some food, and maybe Crystal can come out and record for me for a little while. So we'll see you guys in a bit. I handed the phone over to Crystal, and she's just gonna record while I cut for a little bit. It's not gonna be a whole lot, a couple of passes. But you just gotta put the bar down. Make sure to keep your fingers out of the sickle, otherwise you'll lose them. So there you go. We got a good section of it mowed. This thing's been actually a blast to use. You will see in the video or the time lapse that we took that, yeah, I got stuck on this thing. There's a spot where I hit where the back of the sickle mower actually struck the ground as I'm coming up the hill. There's a big divot actually right here, right where all this long grass is. I can't cut there. I mean, it is what it is. We're going to end up planting some trees out here too. So when we have cattle, they'll have a nice shady grove here and over there. Must be getting mosquitoes out here. But yeah, I got the sickle mower all folded up behind me. Boy, I tell you what, that's probably the best $750 I've spent so far on a piece of machinery. This one's going to be a whole lot more versatile than a lot of the other ones. I mean, out of the back blade, I will say that's very versatile because I use it in the spring, summer, and fall, and especially in the winter, I use it. But yeah, I still have a big patch up there to cut, but it's so short. It never really grew after I mowed it. Wow, Lucas. So yeah, feel free to leave a like. I know we're just starting out, so it's a little early to be plugging for a subscribe, but and here's our plan with YouTube is, as Crystal and I are making videos and kind of showing our journey on the farm, once we start making money off of videos and subscriptions and all that, we do plan on any money we make off of YouTube is going to go right back into the farm. It's just a little bit of a supplement to help us, because it yeah, running a farm's expensive, and doing it out of pocket with money that we make is, you're doing it with the money that we make. I mean, we obviously do it, but it's a slow process. So next year is going to be a rake and a baler, and hopefully I can figure out how to run a baler up some of these hills, because I'll tell you what, some of these hills, this hill in here, you don't do a side hill on. I mean, I could always cut the top off fairly easily with the loader and make it a little bit more of a slope coming in, so this way as I break the top of it. Otherwise, yeah, there's some cleanup to do out here. Obviously there's a downed oak tree out here, and this big plot of tall grass right back here is the top of the oak tree. The previous owner cut it up, and I just haven't had time to get out here and do any cutting. Summertime's our busy time at work, so I mean, we get busy and I get home late. I'm hoping to start adding lights. I forgot I had ordered lights for the lawnmower, because I was planning on doing a lot more, because we had a riding lawnmower that didn't have the greatest headlights, and I would like to be able to see what's going on around it. But we don't do our trim mowing in the dark anymore like we were. We have the tractor for doing lawn mowing, and so we had a bunch of lights. I forgot about those, and I also have lights ordered for the tractor. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit more they're a little bit more powerful, but I'm gonna end up having more lights on this tractor than I anticipated right off the bat, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see, because I'm gonna end up using a 3-position rocker switch for that one, and for some of the lights, and the other ones are just gonna get 2. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it'll probably be a short one, maybe not. Just depends. But yeah, hope you enjoyed our video. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.